let's break it down. WNBA is about basketball, right? It's a basketball league. When you talk about Asia Wilson, only thing that you can talk about is she's in the GOAT conversation. That's basketball. She's the best player in the league. That's basketball. She's leading the team with the best record in the league. That's basketball. She's the most recent MVP. That's basketball. She's a defensive player of the year candidate every year. That's basketball. Nobody can stop her on the court. That's basketball. Everything about Asia is basketball. When you go to Caitlin, it's about who's woke and who's not, who's straight, who's gay, right? Who's getting abused and bullied, who's the victim, and it's who's white and conservative and who's not. It's all about that. So if she's the face of anything, she's the face of a political propaganda. Exactly. She's the face of that, and she's the face of the people who want to have that conversation. And Asia is the face of the basketball part of it. That's what it is. All right, last topic. Indiana Fever are 3-0 this season without Caitlin Clark. One game they won by almost 30. Another game they won by 15 plus, right? They almost got to the finals last season without her. They won the in-season tournament without her. They're winning about 55% of their games without Caitlin and winning about 52 with Caitlin. So the question I'm going to ask you after I play this soundbite for you from Jason Whitlock's podcast, he had a Caitlin Clark supporter, 110% Caitlin Clark supporter on the show. Yeah. With another 110% Caitlin Clark supporter who used to be a coach for the NCAA for 30 years, who is a little bit too honest about what he's saying with Caitlin. And this is a supporter that said, I hate to say this, but this is what I see.
Well, this is not going to be fun for me today because the truth of the matter is we have enough data, and her time in the league, the Indiana Fever have won 52% of the games when she started and played. And she's missed the equivalent of a season when you count playoffs and regular season last year and this year. And they've won 55% of those games. So you can say it's a little even. You can say they play a little better. Here's the reality. They should be better when she plays. But now, I don't want to, and that's why I've said, all along that I don't think the Indiana Fever organization is getting enough credit. They're not as poorly constructed as we've made them out to be. Because let's go back to last year. When you lose Caitlin, who's easily one of the best players in the league, all right? When you lose her and you come within seconds of beating Las Vegas in Game 5 and winning the WNBA championship, because they're going to beat Phoenix in the finals if they win that. I don't think there's anybody questioning that at this point. So that's how close they were. So when you plug her in there, because my thought was, well, when they get Caitlin back next year, they're going to run the table. They figured it out. They're going to run the table. And it's not happening that way. And what happens when she doesn't play, everybody's alert. Everybody's antennas up. The ball moves a little bit better. When the shots are going up. And here's the thing. Here's why you play better defense. People say, you got to get down. You got to move your feet. Here's one thing that helps defense out that people don't realize. When you take good shots and everybody in your team know where the shot is coming from and there's not any unsuspected shots going up, then your court is balanced. And everybody sees that shot's going up, next phase, let's get back, sprint back on defense. So your defense is always set. So there's some things that they do better with her. They score about 7 more points a game. That's huge. They give up a lot. I mean, they stop you from scoring a lot more without her also. I mean, over that time span when she's been out, they're giving up 81 points a game. That would be tops in the league right now. That would be tops in the league over a full season. So they've got to find a way to be better with her on the court. There's no way I would think about playing without her. But, and I'm just going off the data here, they've won 55% of the games when she wasn't there.
So he's making a point that you might want Caitlin on the court because of what she brings offensively with her passing and her shooting and playmaking. However, right. He's making the point that they can't figure out why the defense is so bad when she's on the floor, and they don't want to blame her for the entire defense failing. But you have to acknowledge the fact that when she's off the floor or she's missing the entire game, they play better defense. And he's saying that there's a couple of reasons why. One, your defense is going to suffer when you're in transition all the time, and they're getting in transition for a couple of reasons. Caitlin Clark throws a lot of live ball turnovers because she forces a lot of passes because she wants the spectacular pass. She feels the obligation to entertain the crowd. The crowd is coming to see her. She got a lot of pressure on her where she got to shoot logo threes. She got to put a flurry of threes up. She has to shoot a logo three all the time. Michael Thompson said we need to see 2 logo threes a quarter from Caitlin. That's what we came to watch. So she's got pressure on her to hit logo threes and make passes like Magic Johnson. And sometimes she's forcing them. She's averaging over 5 turnovers a game, and she's shooting probably 3 logo threes a game. And some of those feel like turnovers because her teammates don't know when she's about to shoot. If she just jack them up 10 seconds into the shot clock, ain't nobody down there for a rebound, and now they back on a fast break. So live ball turnovers, now we back on defense in transition. Same thing with logo threes. We back in transition on defense, and that can bring your defense down. It ain't necessarily always your half court, but even in the half court, she's dog food. So your thoughts on the idea that the Fever are actually a better team without Caitlin Clark, or what do you think it is?
The word better, I think, is what sticks out in that sentence because we've been accustomed and the team has been accustomed to not having Caitlin Clark due to injury for over the past few seasons. So I think I personally enjoy watching the Fever play with or without Caitlin, and the fact that her presence is like it kind of cancels out. We could argue that I think a team, just because you score 7 more points doesn't make you a better team. I think a team that is able to stop other teams from scoring while also still producing offensively, which they prove to do, makes you a solid team. And if Caitlin doesn't really make or break that, then I think we need to start having a real conversation about her place in the league in terms of where she sits as a guard. And I personally think that to say a better team with the analytical perspective, I would say they are the same team. And then if they are the same team, then it argues, then we argue, then is Caitlin better than what people say she is? Or is she not better than what people say? You know, so I think, is the team better with or without her? They're the same. So yeah. I would say I think that other players are better when she's not playing. I don't aside from Aaliyah Boston or the same. Aside from Aaliyah Boston, I think they might overlook her a little bit more because Caitlin definitely, because she has that pressure to pass. Aaliyah is who she connects with, and I know that when she's not on the court, Aaliyah might get fewer touches. So I would say that doesn't make Aaliyah better, but I don't think Caitlin's like making her teammates better around her. So are they a better team with her on the court? I think they're the same.
I'm gonna say it like, and I like that you said that the word better is the key word in that sentence. And that might not be the right word, maybe not better, but I'm gonna say it this way. It's they're not supposed to be better without her. They're not supposed to be. So
exactly.
We have to figure out what the discrepancy is. Why are they winning more games without her than they are with her, and why are they turning the ball over less and playing better defense without her? You have to figure that part out, and I think it boils down to play style, right? It boils down to play style. So what I would say is the play style that the Fever play without Caitlin is better than the play style they play with Caitlin. So if you're trying to get the best out of the Fever, I think the play style that they play without Caitlyn, I think Caitlyn has to figure out how to fit in that versus everyone has to figure out how to play in Caitlyn's play style.
100%, 1,000%. I think that was really elegantly said. And if we do change the play style, do we lose the entertainment factor that the crowd show up for?
Yes, you're going to lose the entertainment factor because she's not going to be taking logo threes as much. I listen. I probably wouldn't even have her on the ball as much. I would probably take her off the ball as much as Dallas takes Paige off the ball.
And so then, yeah, the Indiana Fever fans, I think they have a lot to sort out in their mind. The Caitlin Clark fans, I think they have a lot to sort out. I think they want to have their cake and eat it too. And it's just, it'd be awesome to see it happen, but we don't even get the luxury of having Caitlin for a whole season. So sometimes I wonder, like, these conversations really start to piss me off because it's like, bro, she misses more games than a lot of people. So
and she
some of it is very
a back issue, dog. And she's like 24. Your back's jacked up.
That's crazy. And you're trying to push a shoe.
Listen. her play style is to run full speed to try to get
I do notice
assist.
that. That's a good
from free throw line to all the way to the rim, and either try to force a double so she can kick it out for an assist, or it's just 100 miles per hour. And a lot of people try to figure out why do people seem like she gets fouled a lot. You're running full speed,
right?
Like
I play with people for pickup, and he may not be like the same size wise, but he's huge. He's a big guy, and he always goes into like 3 people at once, and then gets mad when he gets fouled. And I'm like, but bro, you just dribbled into 3 people. Like, do you really just expect them to be like, oh, here you go, bro, go to the basket? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you're a big guy, and you see there's 3 people in the paint. What do you think's gonna happen? Like, it's one of those things. Like, you kind of.
Yeah. So she's full speed, and let's say the team makes a shot, they take the ball out of the net, they get it to Caitlin, she runs full speed up the court, try to get in the paint, get an easy layup or an assist, and if it's not there, she picks her dribble up and looks for someone to pass it to, and they get it back, and she runs back out, get it, and now they're in the half court offense, and now here comes the screen and roll. And hopefully she draws a double team so she can pass it, pocket pass it, or whatever she go do to Boston who set the screen and get an assist that way. Or if they don't double, she come off the screen and just pull up a logo 3, a step back 3. Like, that's it. Run full speed, try to get early offense. If not, reset, screen and roll, 3 or pocket pass. That's the whole offense, and everyone has to stand by. Lexi Hall, Sophie Cunningham, whoever, Kelsey Mitchell, they're all 3-point shooters just watching this action go with Boston and Clark, waiting for a 3. And if they don't get the 3, like let's say they played that screen and roll really well and no shot comes off of it. Now they give it to their best scorer, Mitchell, and say, go 1-on-1.
Please figure something out in these last 8 to 5 seconds. Please.
And she don't usually do, when they give it to, when they throw that grenade at her, she usually don't use a screen. She's going Kyrie Irving 1-on-1 and getting a bucket, and she's so good, it be working.
It be working.
She be getting buckets like that.
Yeah. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that basketball. And Candace Parker on her podcast today said that anybody who considers Caitlin to be a number 14 guard in the league has to be mentally ill. There has to be something wrong with your mental. And I'm just like, I get you're doing the show with Aaliyah Boston, but you are so far up this girl's butt. It's really
it don't
crazy.
Make no sense. It don't even make no sense, man. Just don't say nothing at all, dog. Just don't say nothing at all. If you know what I'm saying, because every time you talk, you lose credibility because you can't be honest and you know what I'm saying. You can't, like, nobody's gonna hire someone talking like that. I hope she ain't looking to get back in the WNBA no time soon as a GM or whatever the case. I know she will probably don't want to coach, but you can't be my GM if you glazing like that for no reason just because of relationships. Like, be honest or don't say nothing at all.
And I thought
Go ahead.
I just thought Candace, she has her moments of honesty. So that's what it really baffles me. And sometimes I like as die hard as Caitlyn's fans can be, or people that really put her game on a pedestal, they'd be so die hard. I'd be almost thinking like, am I missing something? Like, do I need to rewatch what's happening? Like, am I tripping? Like,
they're delusional as hell. But
like,
it's their heart. It's their heart. Brie, their heart is attached to Caitlyn for different reasons. I don't know why people heart, you know what I'm saying? But and that's why when they see her hit the ground because somebody fouled her, it's like seeing your kid fall off their bike and scrape their knee. Like, you pissed. Like, you don't want to see that. You get what I'm saying? So they can't be honest about what's going on and understand that this is just basketball. You know, they got to call it out for all this other stuff, man. That
even what's his name? The Phoenix head coach said that he used to coach with Stephanie White, and he said, I know Stephanie. I know that Stephanie knows AT, and she knows that AT didn't really mean what she did. So why is it that Stephanie said what she said as if she wasn't once our people's? But because it's Caitlyn. And then you saw what the commissioner said. Did you see what Kathy said?
Oh, what'd she say?
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. You know, Kathy be glazing Caitlyn. Caitlyn is her. Yes, hold on. I was working out when I saw the notification, so I totally forgot. Hold on. She made a statement today about Caitlin Clark. I'm pretty sure.
You know, a congressman wrote a letter to Kathy and said, you got by the 24th to answer these questions, basically saying Caitlin Clark's civil rights is being violated.
Oh, okay. No, okay. So wait. That's what it was. Okay. 5 hours in the letter, lawmakers seek accountability from WNBA on Clark. But when I read the notification, I read it as Kathy Engelbert making comments on accountability for multiple attacks for Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, they insane. So, they calling it attacks, assault, and civil rights violations. That is insane.
That's what. So maybe has Kathy said anything?
No, not yet. Yeah, it just came out.
Okay, so she didn't say anything.
Yeah, she probably talking to Adam Silver right now. She probably say something during All-Star weekend.
Yeah, that'd be the right time. You know, Adam Silver is gonna be like, all right, for the money reasons, most people are gonna tune in at this time. So he money first. But I read the notification wrong, so I didn't even look into it.
Nah, that's insane. I got to do a whole separate episode about that civil rights thing. I got to do a whole separate episode. But their heartstring is attached to it. But some of them, it's not that. For some people, it's political. They just have an agenda against, and they've said what they hate about the WNBA. They said they hate gay, they hate woke, they hate black. Pretty much, that's basically what it is. So politically, to speak against those three things, they usually is Republican, Democrat, left, right, conservative, liberal. It's usually that back and forth. Well, they found a new way to have that argument in sports through Caitlin Clark. And no, I'm dead serious.
I see what you're saying.
I'm dead.
No, literally.
It's the same people. They just moved from the political platforms where they was having this conversation, and then they just moved to sports and prop up Caitlin Clark so they can talk about wokeism and being gay and LGBT and all that stuff. That's all. Like, notice this. I was having a conversation with someone in my comment section on the video that I made about Lisa Leslie saying that Asia Wilson was the face of the league, and they were saying you can't be the face of the league if you don't have the fan base. No one knows who Asia is. No one knew who she was until Caitlyn. That's what they say. And I'm like, okay, listen, let's break it down. WNBA is about basketball, right? It's a basketball league. When you talk about Asia Wilson, only thing that you can talk about is she's in the GOAT conversation. That's basketball. She's the best player in the league. That's basketball. She's leading the team with the best record in the league. That's basketball. She's the most recent MVP. That's basketball. She's a defensive player of the year candidate every year. That's basketball. Nobody can stop her on the court. That's basketball. Everything about Asia is basketball. When you go to Caitlyn, it's about who's woke and who's not, who's straight, who's gay, right? Who's getting abused and bullied, who's the victim, and it's who's white and conservative and who's not. It's all about that. So if she's the face of anything, she's the face of a political propaganda. Exactly. She's the face of that, and she's the face of the people who want to have that conversation. And Asia is the face of the basketball part of it. That's what it is.
I think that's totally accurate. And to say that you don't know who Asia was until Caitlyn is the most stupidest comment I ever heard in my entire life. She was winning championships before Caitlyn even got in the league. She like, what are we talking about? Like, that was the stupidest thing I ever heard in my entire life. And they all that's frustrating. That's very frustrating because they're definitely not watching basketball.